Welcome to the Galaxy Man Show. For the next interview guest of this week is with this sensational artist known by the name of Nikisha Priest, who was on Australian Idol auditions for 2024, and Nikisha has also been at the Academy of CMA and Tamworth Music Festival 2024. So I'm proud to announce Nikisha Priest on the Galaxy Man Show for the next guest of this week. Please make Nikisha welcomed on the Galaxy Man Show. And yeah, I'm about to add Nikisha in and have a chat with Nikisha.
Hello, Nikisha. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you going?
Pretty good. I just want to say first up, thank you so much for taking the time to join my show. It is such an incredible pleasure having you on the show as a guest today. To people that, no, you're very welcome. To people that don't know who you are, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself first, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yep, sweet. Well, I'm 18 years old. I'm from Lake Macquarie. I've been singing and performing for 12 years now. And only been playing guitar for about 3-4 years. I'm very passionate about Pink. She's my favorite artist. I do draw inspiration from like Casey Chambers, Fleetwood Mac, and all artists like that. And I'm just so excited to keep going on this journey and seeing where it takes me. And yeah, I've been a part of Starstruck, which is in Newcastle, where my town is, because I just live in a little local Bonnells Bay area, so nothing big. So our closest, biggest sort of city you would say is Newcastle, and in there is our entertainment centre, and holds about 6,000 people, I think. And I was in Starstruck, which is a show held for all like the Newcastle Hunter students from all the public schools, and so I got to be a featured artist on there, which was pretty cool. And then I've been to the Tamworth Country Music Festival 3 times. I just got into the top 10 buskers, which was pretty cool, on the main stage. That was a lot of fun. And then I just graduated from the academy, the senior academy. And yeah, and then I was just on Australian Idol, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, sums me up. Awesome. Very, very briefly.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Nikisha. So for my very first question, Australian Idol, you did the auditions, you got noticed by Kyle Sandilands from the Kyle and Jackie O. What was that whole experience like for you? And also the Tamworth experience for you? Like, what was this like?
I'll start off with Tamworth because it was first, going in order. So Tamworth, I just love Tamworth. It just feels like home when I go up there now, because I'm surrounded by people that are like me, and you know, just being able to go do shows every day, hang out with people I like every day. It's just an amazing experience, and being able to have opportunities that I don't usually have, like performing on those main stages and meeting new people and being able to connect more in the industry. That is really something that I hold close to me. And then also Australian Idol. It was it was an experience. So we actually filmed the show, well, my part of the show anyway. I think it might have been October last year.
Okay.
So it was a while back. And basically I didn't even know what I was doing. They said that they were coming Friday to do some filming, but then they said on the Saturday and the Sunday stay available because your auditions are that day. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah. And then they said to scrap the audition, and then I was like, wait, what? And then Kyle's come along and then surprised us on his big helicopter. And yeah, because I knew that because I work at the beauty salon. Oh, another thing about me, I work at a beauty salon throughout the week. And it's my mum's business, so she owns a hair salon and a beauty salon in our local shopping centre. And so I just sort of thought, I sort of knew hints about something was going to happen, only because it's a small town and the Australian Idol needs permission to actually go there. So being a very, very small community, they talk. And so I kind of sort of knew a little bit what was going to happen, but I didn't like know, you know what I mean? So it was still just as much as a surprise. But I just knew a helicopter was coming and I was just like, what? Why is a helicopter coming? But then coming to work that day, oh my God, the filming day for Idol, that was my favorite part of the whole experience. Because the crew are amazing. I absolutely love the producers, the cameramen, all of them. They are such good sports. And especially Kyle, meeting Kyle, he is absolutely amazing. He, like everyone, he has this persona that he is, you know, mean and he's nasty and that sort of thing. And if he's stuck up, that, you know, that sort of thing. But he's really nice. In person, he is absolutely amazing. He's like a big teddy bear. Like, I actually didn't expect him to be that tall either, as well. Like, when I saw him in real life, I was like, wait, what? I was like, I did not expect that. But yeah, so.
Who would be your all-time favorite judge from Australian Idol from this year?
It would be Kyle.
Okay.
It would definitely be Kyle.
Yes. So on to my very next question for you, Nikisha. So you've created incredible original songs. And for the first original song I'm going to mention is Voices in My Head. Like, great title for a song. Like, what was it like creating Voices in My Head? And what's the meaning behind this song?
So, Voices in My Head, that song is my second release. I released that one in 2022, I think. But the funny thing about that song, that's really good that you say it's a good title, because I released that song while I was still in school, right? Okay. And let's just say no one liked it.
True.
So I was walking around school and they were like, oh, Voices in My Head. And I was just like, stop. So I got really self-conscious about actually performing that song for a long time.
Okay. But
now, since like leaving school and just being now in my industry, I've then grown that confidence back from that song. So especially attending the academy as well, that I've grown back a lot of my confidence, which is crazy, right? You wouldn't think that, but like, yeah. But that song, writing that song, I usually, what comes first for me is usually the lyrics and the melody, because I suck on guitar. I am not good. I'm just a beginner. Like, I
saw you in Tamworth. I saw you in Tamworth actually, and I was like, yeah, I was actually there, and I was like, damn, you can play on guitar really, really well.
Like actual? Oh, okay.
Actual, like you were amazing, and I was like, damn, you can play.
Oh, okay.
You can play.
Okay, because
You've got the confidence. You have like the massive confidence, and it's shown. Like, yeah, and especially at this Academy of CNA, well done too on that. I know a friend, Emma Jordan. I don't know if you know Emma.
Yeah. Yes.
Emma Jordan. Yeah, I'm good friends with her. So. You guys all did such an incredible job at the CMA and stuff, and I just wanted to say good job on that.
Thank you.
No, you're very welcome.
I'm usually, because I'm firstly a singer and a songwriter, so I just picking up guitar. I'm very much like not the best, but that
confidence. Confidence is the key.
Confidence is.
You are good. You
and also pressing the strings very hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of, that song, the meaning behind that song is actually a bit of a letter to my younger self. Okay. So throughout the is it the pre-chorus or is it the post? I can't even remember my own song. Oh yeah, so the part where it goes, I love you. That's me expressing my love for my younger self. So when obviously, like, you know, the 6-year-old little Nikisha that has just started singing and she's in this great place. The world's just full of butterflies and rainbows, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But then obviously when you get older and you hit, you know, sort of like you're just before your teenage years, you sort of start to develop and go, oh, hang on, the world isn't all rainbows and sparkles. So that song has come from my experiences, probably mainly through school, and then that's probably where most of those feelings have come from when you listen to the song, because I think it is a bit of a deeper song when you listen to the lyrics, and then going back to that little lick I do, the you, that then goes back sort of showing yeah, that, you know, I still love you and I miss you, that sort of thing, like, you know what I mean, like, because it's a completely different, yeah, it's sort of that sort of perspective. So yeah.
So on to my very next question. You've also created a song called Where We Were, which is another fantastic title. I love how singers come up with like the titles that like you wouldn't expect at all. And it's wow, like how did you come up with this title and what's the meaning behind Where We Were?
It's actually a really funny story.
Okay.
So Where We Were, I started writing this song when I was 12.
Okay.
So, at the start when I first started writing this song, I was not a good songwriter back then. So I picked it back up when I was 15. I didn't songwrite for a little bit and then I picked it back up. But when I first started writing about it, the song had a completely different melody as well, which I'm happy I didn't keep it. But the original meaning behind it, going, can't we go back to where we were? I moved from my childhood house when I was 12 to a house I didn't like. So I was having some very deep feelings when I was 12, going, I want to go back to my childhood house. And I was just like, that's where that song has blossomed, which is crazy. But then when I picked that song back up in when I was 15, I then I had a few more little experiences of like wanting to go back to where I was, that's kind of thing. So I was able to write the rest of the song without going, I want to go back to my childhood house and that sort of thing. But it's funny because that song is very versatile. You can sort of listen to that song and go, oh, I relate that to this part of my life or this part of my life, because there's no definite, I want to go back to where I was then. So it's sort of just admitting in the past, but not sort of specifying what part of my past, so it can relate to sort of everyone. So yeah, when you listen to it, you'll probably pick up, oh, I want to go back to where I was here or here or here because I miss that person or I miss doing that. Or so yeah, I really like that song based on that you can relate to it in any way. Yeah.
So on to my very next question for you. So what made Nikisha decide as a person and especially as an artist to get into the whole singing in the first place?
All right, so that's a question for my 5-year-old self. One day none of my family are musical. I come from a non-musical family. We like music, but you know, there was never a guitar in sight, never a mic in sight. We don't go to gigs. My mum's a hairdresser. Back then she had a hair salon, so she had a home hair salon. So just, you know, me just chilling out in my garage with my mum's client. So there's no music in sight besides the radio. And then just all of a sudden, I just go, I want to sing. And then mum's like, what? And I go, no, I want to sing. And I was consistent about it too. Like I was very prominent. And as a 5-year-old, you go, what? You like being something so passionate about, you go, where's this coming from? Because usually when you egg a kid on to be passionate about something, they then can turn passionate. But being just straight up passionate as a kid, that's pretty rare to find. So mum was just like, what do I do with her? And so one of my mum's clients, she was doing her hair and said, okay, can you just listen to her sing and see if it's even worth getting her singing lessons. And so she's just gone, Nikisha, go, sing. And then I've just sung. And then she's like, Melissa, get her those damn lessons. And then I just started. And it just kept going. And here I am.
Yes. So on to my very next question for you. So when you perform in front of crowds, in front of Tamworth Music Festival, which is the biggest festival I say in Australia, to be honest. When you're performing in front of crowds and the connection that you form with the crowds, like what does that mean to you as an artist?
That's my favorite thing ever. When being able to actually get through, because it's so, especially you see it in busking. I didn't busk as much this year because I just also it's a lot of work. Out of everything in the festival, busking is the hardest gig, I reckon. So, props to all the buskers out there that do it every single day. But when doing it and people are just walking past, it's sort of just not degrading, but it's just like, why am I even here? But then when someone, even just one person starts to listen and they're really into it, you go, oh, here's my reason. You know what I mean? So it gives reason to why we do it. And when someone, especially, I've had people say to me, look, your song Where We Were or has really helped me in some way in their life, and it's a special part of who they are. I just go, wait, really? And then that makes me feel like so special because I've got songs that are like that as well. So then having that connection with someone, it's really special and you can't get that anywhere else. So yeah. And then when you have people that consistently come to gigs and you see their faces all the time, it's sort of like they just become just, you go, oh my God,
yeah,
hey. So yeah.
so on to my very next question. So if you could work with any top 3 music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
All right, so does it have to be in country or can it be just broad?
Can be any genre.
Any genre.
Any genre.
Pink would be number 1.
Okay.
Just because she is my idol. I love what she stands for. And all about her opinions on life and the world. There's nothing I don't disagree with her. So, and all her songs that she has produced and released, I love them. Love them. I'd love to make a song like that. So I think that'd be quite a special. So that would be number 1. Number 2, I would love to write a song with Stevie Nicks. That would be cool. She's got some like Silver Springs. Oh my God, one of my favorite all-time Stevie songs. Like Edge of 17. Oh, she just has this, just amazing. I love her songwriting and how she portrays the song as well. Number 3, I'm gonna put it in country. There's a few I would choose. Maybe Casey Chambers.
Okay.
I'd love Casey Chambers. I love her songs, like Crossfire and Pony. They're one of my 2 favorite songs. I love them so much. So I actually did get to sing for her at the Academy, which was pretty cool. So I got to meet, and I had a full fangirl moment. Everyone was just like, Nikisha, calm down. Because I've been listening to her since I was really young on my dad's iPod. So just seeing her, like, I was just like, oh my God, it's Casey Chambers.
A fangirl.
Yeah, just a little bit. I was crying. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, and I decided to sing her own song to her. So everyone was like, that is a ballsy move. And I was just like, you know what, that song means a lot to me. So I'm going to do it. And it was really good. Good turnout.
Well, on to my very next question for you. So if you could go to any country in the world as an artist, where would it be and why?
Would it be as like gigging wise?
Yeah.
Yep, gigging.
Like tour. Yeah.
I'd probably have to say America because
Okay.
they seem very passionate over there. And if I get a big crowd, I'd like a loud crowd. I like an interactive crowd. So I think that would be probably my best option, I think, because I've been told they're very passionate about everything. So, yep. So about their food, about their clothes, I've been told they're very passionate. So I'm guessing they're passionate about their music too.
Favorite American food?
Well, I've never been to America,
Okay.
but in Australia, oh, what do we have in Australia that is actually American? Oh, isn't Reese's the Reese's Pieces? Aren't they American? Yeah, I think
Yes,
they are.
I think so. Yeah.
I love them. I actually have one of
Okay.
them. Love them. Oh, one of my favorite chocolates. It's great. I
Yes.
have to
You're
say
making
that.
me hungry now, Nikisha.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably will go and have something to eat after this.
Yeah. So on to my very next question for you. So if you could like talk to your younger self, give your younger self advice, like to your younger self, what advice would it be? And if you could go to any decade in time, what decade would you want to go to and why?
Okay. Okay, younger self, I would really try drill into her brain that it doesn't matter about other people's opinions. Just do what you've got to do, and people that you're starting to feel that aren't good for you, just leave. Don't care, just leave. That's probably what I would say. Get yourself out of that get yourself out of that situation before it really hurts you. I think that would be what I would say. But then they make good songwriting material. So, I don't know. Nah, I'm joking. I would stay by doing that. And then, country, not country, decade I would go to. I love the era where they have all like the big ball gowns and the corsets. I love that. Like, have you
Okay.
seen Bridgerton? Do you know about
Yes.
it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it all. But then I do also love the 60s and their clothing and their music as well. So,
So
but then
either the swing 60s.
yeah, maybe the 60s, maybe even the 70s when they bought in hippie era.
Okay.
Do love do love that. Yeah, or 80s rock as well. God, I can't make mine up, can I? There's just
There's so many decades that you could go to. Like,
Yeah, I'd probably just time travel to all of them and
okay.
have like a week there, and I'd probably be pretty happy with that and make a song
Yes.
decade.
I could see that. I could see that.
Pretty
So,
Actually, a
yes.
decade album, that could be cool. That
There
could
you
be pretty cool.
go.
There you go. There you go. Any artists out there? If I don't do it first, you can pick it up. So yeah.
I can see that. So, on to my very next question for you, Nikisha. So, like, if you could give any like upcoming artist advice on wanting to start out in music, like, what advice would you give to upcoming artists? And yeah.
I would probably say upcoming artists really work on what you're doing. So lessons and I think especially in singing, technique is so important, and making sure you're using your voice right, because if you're not using your voice right, you'll mess it up real quick. So I think getting proper lessons and your technique down, you can then bring in, even though I definitely know when I was taught classical. So, all your technique and putting you in a box of how you have to sing. I didn't like that, but it gave me those little slates to then have my voice how it is today. So I still have all my technique, but I've brought in my unique style. You know what I mean? So I think that's really important to have those ground rules of having that technique and then bringing in what you need to do as a singer. So yeah.
So, on to my very last question. So, what can people expect music-wise from Nikisha for 2024?
2024, I am wanting to release a single this year, but I'm working on an EP that I will, depending on when I record it to when I release it. So I've finished writing nearly everything on that, but yeah, I'm not going to say much about it because it's still in the early stages, but let's just say I'm very excited for everyone to hear it. It's going to be good. So there's going to be 6 songs on the track, so that'll be really good. But this year, just because I'm EP wise, that's a lot to do in 1 year, write, record, release. So I'm thinking of doing a single about, I can say a little bit about it. I haven't recorded it yet, but I can do what I want. I can say what I want about this song. The name of the song I'll drop is Ace of Spades, and it's about that card, which is pretty cool. So, because I have a really weird story about it. I love Motorhead, right? So, I was listening to their song Ace of Spades in my car after a singing lesson, and I was in the car park of like Macca's or something, and then I turn my head and a car parks there with just a weird card, like Ace of Spades, just smacked onto the car. It was weird. It was like actually printed on the car, but it was just weird. It was right in the middle of my window where it was parked. So when I just turned my head, it was right there, and I was just like, okay, I think that's a
strange place. Yeah.
What Ace of Spades. So that I will be doing that this year. So I'm really liking how that's sort of taking shape at the moment, but yeah, not quite finished yet. So yeah, big spoilers I just did.
No spoilers. Nikisha, would you like to perform one of your originals on the show, by the way, to end things off?
I sure can.
Awesome.
All right. Many picks with me.
I'm going to go on mute when you perform, so I'm going to go on mute now.
This song, I'll show you. See? I got my guitar on, so this will be my guitar playing. This song, I'll do Voices in My Head, which is the one we were talking about a bit today. So I hope you guys enjoy, and it is available on all streaming platforms if you wanted to go add that to your playlists. Always creeping around my head, I'm not enough. Don't wanna hear his voice say I'm not Don't wanna push no boundaries. I think I might be falling. I don't wanna run away. I need to escape the voices in my head. I miss you. I just wanna run to you and say, I now sit here thinking, and his voice is me. Oh, I don't want to run away, but I need to escape the voices in my head, 'cause I miss you. I just want to run to you and say, I
Oh my God. Wow.
Love making an appearance.
Amazing. Truly inspiring. That was out of this world. No,
Thank you.
hey, look, I just want to say thank you so much again, Nikisha, for appearing on my show. It means
Having
the
me.
incredible world. No, you're very welcome. Any last final thoughts that you would like to share to people on the show, like promoting wise?
Promoting wise, well, tonight I actually, if you live around Gwendolyn, I am going to be at the Gwendolyn Bowling Club at I think 6:30 to 9:30 tonight. So come around, check out. I will be performing that one, so you now know the lyrics to it, so you can sing along with me. And yeah, go follow my socials, and we'll yeah, definitely go follow those socials and go straight to music because there's exciting things happening. So yeah.